Hi, I'm Jared Petty for IGN, and I'm the most excited boy in the world because Quake Champions is real, and I'm joined by...
Zach Ryan.
And Zach, you just talked to Tim Willits from id about this MOBA?
No, actually, so Tim Willits came into the room, and the very first thing he said to me before the interview started, he said, before we get started here, I want to make one thing very clear. Quake Champions is not a MOBA, which leads me to believe that he has been asked that many, many times over the course of his E3 experience this year. So,
I've heard
not a MOBA at all.
I've heard that bounced around a little bit, that theory, yeah. So, what about the esports connection here, though? Just because something's not a MOBA doesn't mean it can't be an esport, right?
That's correct, and they are definitely leaning heavily into esportifying Quake Champions.
Now,
that's definitely on their roster for what they want to do with this game is make it a big time esports thing.
So does that make it like a skill-based shooter, like Counter-Strike? How's the progression work?
Yeah, so he mentioned progression. The way that he described it was mechanical milestones, which I think is a very fancy way of saying that it is a skill-based shooter. Okay. So to me, that seems like we're probably going to get something like rank, like we're seeing in Overwatch right now.
Okay.
But in terms of actual like stats, probably not so much. I think it's the mechanical milestones he's talking about are learning the mechanics and basically just getting good.
Okay, so kind of a skill arena-based thing is what we're looking at here.
All right.
So what about the decision to bring it to PCs exclusively?
So this kind of ties into what they were talking about for their esports front, right? They are building Quake Champions from the ground up for PC, specifically under the idea that it will be a major multiplayer competitive shooter and a big hit in the esports scene. And they feel that in order to do that correctly, the only real platform that you can do that on is PC.
Is that because of controls? Is that because of...
He didn't come right out and say that, but yes, I'm assuming that he's talking about the control scheme, yeah.
I wondered about that. My mouse and keyboard loving heart is all aflutter at the moment, so PCs forever.
Yeah,
so that was your talk there. What do you think? Zach, you gonna play this?
Yeah, I'll definitely dive into some Quake Champions, yeah.
As for me, I am one just absolutely ecstatic human being at the moment. How's it going to turn out? Who knows, but we've seen some really good treatment from Bethesda of classic properties recently in the first-person shooter genre, so I am hopeful. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Jared, this is Zach, we are IGN, and for everything, pretty much all video games, entertainment, and just all that stuff, stay with your friends right here.
At IGN.